So before we come to some more advanced examples, I just want to show you two very smart, practical, and very simple ways of making your Power BI charts more dynamic. One is by creating the heading dynamically, and the other is to use a constant line. Of course, I will be giving you many more examples going forward, but this is just a quick teaser of what are the capabilities that you can utilize within Power BI with DAX, which otherwise would not be possible. So on Power BI, I want to create a simple column chart with my region and sales value. Now let us say that you wanted a constant line at this 400,000 mark. You can click on analytics and you notice there is an option called a constant line. But there are limitations. For example, while I can put a value and put a color and transparency and choose the style and the position, I really can't do any calculations with it. I can't make it dynamic. So look carefully what I'm going to do. Let me first remove the constant line that I've created. We want to create a new measure. So we click on a new measure. And let's say we want to create a line at 400,000. So we can say my constant line is 400,000 and press enter. And now you can drag this constant line inside the visualization. Now you notice that the constant line is coming as a value here, which we don't want. So now you can change it into a line and column chart. Put the constant line in the line value. And now you notice that you're getting a line like this. Now, while this might seem like a very simple thing, this can be very useful. Imagine you're preparing different scenarios and you want to show how by changing one number, the entire scenario changes. Now here, to change it, I don't have to change the data set. I can simply come to my constant line and change the number here. Let's say I want to make it 500,000 and it shifts. With more advanced functionalities of Power BI, you can even create a parameter, or maybe you can create a slider so that you can move a slider left and right, or maybe choose from a drop down and the constant line will shift up and down, which otherwise would not have been possible using the analytics pane. I want to give you one more example. Let's say we have a map, and on the map we are showing our state and we have our sales value. So we can see all the 49 states in the map. Let me also increase the size of the bubble. Wonderful. Now, what I want to do here is to create a slicer for my region. Now, you would notice that these are automatically connected. So when I select central, east, south or west, obviously the map is also changing to show me the states only in that specific region. Now I want to insert a text box on top of my map, and we want to say that, please watch carefully, states for a specific region being shown. Let's increase the size to 20. Now, where it says states for a specific region, how do we know which region has been selected by the user? We can click on value and we can now say any specific region that we want. For example, I can write West But that's not the point, right? Because we don't want to write something manually. Otherwise, we will have to change it every single time. So while we want to use a value, we will first have to create a DAX measure before it. How do I know which is the value that the user has chosen? We will create a measure. So home, new measure. And very simply, we will say that the selected region is equal to the selected value from which column? From the region column. Now, obviously, you can't see any result right now, but if I make a card and I put my selected region in it, you would notice that when I select a region, it shows me that specific region. And that is what we wanted. Now, in my text box, very smartly, we can insert a value, and this value can be the selected region. And you would notice that when I don't select any region, it shows me all of them. But when I select a region, it only shows me that specific region. Very cool, right? Now, this is how you can make dynamic descriptions as well as dynamic headings in your report. So these were two quick examples that I wanted to give you to tell you that DAX can become very complicated when you want to do some really advanced calculations. But DAX also has a lot of these practical, simple ways of using it. So there are two extremes to it. DAX is used by data analysts when you want to really derive business insights from your data. But at the same time, even for beginners, DAX has a lot of use cases because it can make your dashboards a little different and a little more dynamic than everybody else out there.